clean with me. The only thing I'm cleaning though is my sink and toilet and floor because I already cleaned my bathtub and the walls. That's why that's up. So what I'm cleaning it with is this. Smells amazing, okay? And it eliminates odors. Ready to use, disinfectant fabric and air cleaner, and it's eucalyptics. You can buy this at the $1.25 tree. That's what I call it. And it costs us 3 buckaroos. Okay. And some Palmolive dishwashing liquid. And this is bleach and Mr. Clean, okay, solution. Yes, I keep this in my bathroom at all times, but I need to fill it up now, so I will be adding some bleach. And I don't have no Mr. Clean, so it might just be bleach. And I learned that from when I was a child care provider. I still am registered to do child care, but when I was licensed in the military, and I went to school, classes, school, it was school. Because I took up CPR on first aid. I would be putting on my gloves now because I would be cleaning the toilet as well. Kids have a perfect timing, don't they? Mariah, grandma's on the live, but that's okay. It's life, ain't it? Ain't it? I haven't told her she can get the apple juice, but I know what it is. Attention. Just okay. So she can get the apple juice. Attention, she didn't get it. Disclaimer, don't put nobody's name on here, okay? She's not used to it. So, then again, she might be in a little way, but not that much. You know what? As I say, I'm cleaning, and everybody else's issues and problems that they have, it's not mine. And even if they got one with me, it still ain't mine. That's your problem. If you got a problem with someone, for real, think about it. If someone literally has a problem with you, they have a problem with you, it's their problem. And I've been having some issues with people acting like they have problems with me, and it bothers me a little bit. I'd be lying to say if it didn't. But I've been having to talk it out, and it's been making me feel good. Okay? Been having to talk it out, and it's been making me feel good. Okay? So I'm cleaning. Even though I done pre-sprayed Gillette soap or just sit there for a minute before I start cleaning, I still like to spray again. Okay, so what I'm using again is some Palmolive, bleach, and some Oban, OBOBAN. And I get mine at the Dollar Tree. But I like to say $1.25 tree because ain't no dollar things in there anymore. You get $3 and $5 merchandise. And then there's some $4 too over there in the area where the deep freeze is, okay? So, yeah. Did you get it, big girl? Okay. Next time, you know what? It's live, okay? Live and in person. So that's what it is. This is me and my granddaughter's daughter's YouTube channel. And you'll see Grandma and Big Girl. But my channel was Mona's Unique Experience, but I switched it over to Mona's Unique Experience Life. Because life changes, okay? And my life has changed. My granddaughter lives with me. 5 of them, if I say that. And cleaning. 4 of them temporarily and 1 permanent. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I'm 57. Subscribe with the notifications. I'm working hard to build up my platform, content, and also I can tell everyone a little bit about me. Okay, my name is Mona. I'm on a weight loss journey. I also have another YouTube channel, which is Mona's Vegan Lifestyle, plant-based. Okay, I started my journey as far as the weight loss journey. Y'all talking fast, sorry. It started in 2019, but all in 2020 because I lost 40 pounds. Life happens. Here we go again. You're going to hear that word quite a bit. And as I state, life happens. Hold. Life happens, okay? Be right back. So. Hey, girl? Yes? Oh, okay. Hey. Okay, I'm back. As I said, life happens, right? So, started my weight loss journey. Pick up where I left off at. Keto, but I did dirty keto. My daughter, my youngest daughter, introduced me to it. Never knew anything about it. I've seen, different people's stories and things like that. But if I see something's working for me, I will stick to it. But for some reason it did, but it didn't. And it's not the keto diet itself. It was me needing more support. So I went to my doctors. One of them retired. I got a new one. And I went to introduce myself to him, my new doctor, that is. And I just was telling him a little bit about myself. And at that particular moment in time, a lot was going on, okay? My older sister, she ended up being in the hospital. She traveled from where she was to where we was, her whole family pretty much. And she was put in the hospital. Maybe that was God's calling for her to go and see about herself. And she was in the hospital 8 weeks. We're 10 months apart, okay? And I'm learning this now. Illnesses is not hereditary. It's the things we eat. And I know this to be a fact because me personally, from my journey, I had high blood pressure. I was depressed. I had anxiety and quite a bit of an emotional eater. And I call it a journey because it is a journey. You have triggers sometimes. I was a woman of a particular size at my age. I was always sad for the most part I was. I had made some drastic changes in my life at that point in time, but here we go. I'm gonna keep saying it. Life happens. And I say that because it's true. Sometimes we don't have any control of things. And sometimes just because you have to do a certain thing doesn't mean it's a bad thing. And I'm saying that, like taking care of raising my granddaughter, I don't regret it. But I feel like sometimes in my life, as I progress and do things differently for myself, and I'm getting on that path of how I want to feel and all this, life happens. Mhm. And it kind of sets me back because I get so emotionally involved, especially if it's my child or children. Hmm. Transparency is the best thing, okay? And so that does not mean full out anything bad. And maybe it do. But disclaimer, I'm not trying to bash no one. And I would rather for a situation to be the way it is than for it to go another way. Okay. So I have this channel and I'm looking to see if I see anything, y'all. I like to clean. This is white, so white shows everything, don't it? Okay, so the sink, which is where I'm at now and running my mouth, is clean. The tub and shower is clean. I clean off the handles, the soap, where you place your soap, or even if it ain't for your soap, because there's hacks out there, and it'll say all these years, or I was this age or year when I found out this was this, right? So it might not be for that. But anywho, I'm talking because I'm in my bathroom cleaning. And so, and I was going to do my shower, but I said, you know what? I want my tush all up in the air. So I got some palm oil in there. I'm putting some more for the 15th time, which you never have enough disinfectant, especially going into your toilet, okay? And I already have it down on the floor part of it. When I spray my toilet area, if I have a plunger and it don't be used, it gets clean too. And if I use the rag, it gets thrown away. True story, no lie. I created this channel for myself, as I said, and it was Mola's Unique Life Experience. And when my granddaughter came, I said, you know what? Life experience, okay? So, as I said, I'm cleaning the toilet now. I have some bleach, Obey, palm olive in this tub, bowl, or whatever you want to call it. And I also have it on the outer, the toilet, the handle, the back, all that, y'all. So I go from the handle to the top, work its way down, see this last, then the floor, okay? The floor is the very last thing. And then after I do that, y'all probably say, this woman, I know I ain't. I'll come back with some antibacterial spray and wipes. I said all that. Indeed, I did. I sure did. And I did it. Okay, so that's clean. I'm gonna let it sit there. Also, like I said, I already sprayed the toilet, the Honey Boom. You can never have a toilet sprayed good enough, right? So I'm cleaning the back, home down, like I stated. I'm going all around. There's nothing that need to be scraped because I keep my toilet clean. And I'm doing it as I said, okay? So I'm working my way all around. Then I'm going to the seat of it. Okay. Okay. More spray. Cleaning this whole. I used to be a housekeeper. I used to work in a nursing home. I used to work in hotels. I used to work in people's homes. I was a PCA, personal care aide, and CNA. Okay, so I have a good record behind my belt. Okay, I truly do. I have a good record behind my belt. I really do. I love working with children. Adults can be children. I like. I said that to be humorous, but it's the truth. So. Some of them act younger than the kids, the age that they should be acting. I'm just saying, y'all. And so, like I said, I'm cleaning and spraying as I go. Okay, this is how I do it. But anywho, CNA worker, and how I ended up becoming a CNA worker was I was a PCA worker. I was going into real nice, I guess you could say, well-to-do, rich people's homes and cleaning it. And a lot of them would be sick. And this one man in particular, he'd never had a wife. And if he did, I don't remember, but I don't think he did. So I'm going to just say it like that. And well off. Mm-hmm. He was well off. He was able to stay in his home, and he ended up having cancer. Okay? True story, no lie. Okay? I'm telling you about me, my life, things that I have went through, experienced, all of the things. And I'm saying that on the strength of I took interest in wanting to take care of my toilet, y'all. Putting this in the trash right now. Okay? So, big girl. Yes, when I finish with all of the trash and stuff that I can find, I'm gonna want you to later on. I just tie it up and take it to the dumpster, but not right now, baby, because I'm not finished just yet. Okay, my granddaughter, she takes the trash and check my mail for me, and she also loves to cook. Mm-hmm. She loves to cook. So that's that. That's that. Everything's clean. So the next step I have to do is mop. And I already have that water together. I got some Oban, bleach, and Mr. Clean in the water. That's what I have for mopping my floors. So as I was saying, he was really sick, the man. Mm-hmm. Okay. I had to go get my mop. But as always, I take this and spread it on the bottom part of my toilet. And I like to make sure that I'm doing that because it needs to be. I was about to say something else, but I changed my mind. Because, you know, when you have the opposite sex in your home, you know what they do, right? Not bashing you males, but some of them, not all, especially kids. I'm say it like that. And then again, adults, kids too, because the way they act sometimes. I got some, just put it out there, need to grow up. And I truly do mean that. Sometimes in life, I'm gonna keep stressing this, and I hope don't nobody get tired of hearing it. I'm not a perfectionist, but I want to keep my life. I will return. I'm about to rinse the mop out. I got one of those old cedars too, right there. And I always use bleach to clean them out. Okay, air dry too. But anyhow, I'll be right back. Got you there. Oh my God. But you want to want my kitchen floor as well. Okay? And I will return you. Okay? Okay. So, next time you have that in. Yeah, like I said, I like to multitask and do. Okay, here I am. I like to multitask. So while I was in the kitchen, I just did my kitchen floor. My kitchen is only so big. Okay, I have a galley style or size kitchen. Okay, what I'm doing now is just I rinse the mop out and I'm gonna let the floor air dry as such. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back in the kitchen, take my gloves off, wash my hands, and then I'm gonna finish this topic. Okay? I'll be right back. Give me 2 and 2. Okay, I said 2 and 2. Just gotta finish washing my hands and I gotta get my phone. And I'm about to head in my living room for a brief moment so I can finish the topic with you guys. And I call you Unique. Unique Life. That's my channel and my subscribers' um, name I would like to give you. That's not a woman or man's name. It's just a title. And I think it's a good one. My other one is Mona's Vegan Lifestyle. And I call everybody over there. I'm about to get some water too, y'all. Take supplements. I take supplements, okay? As I was saying about my job career and my background, CNA worker, PCA worker. I was a PCA worker, which is a personal care aid, calcium, vitamin D. And I loved it. It was part-time. And to know, I'm cooling off too, that I was helping someone that pretty much couldn't help himself no more. He was terminally, I know God has the final say, but he was sick. And so to the point to where hospice came in. Sorry if I look gloomy. I just got finished cleaning my bathroom. I had did the tub wait before I got online. Then I did the sink, toilet, mopped my bathroom floor. And what I do, I sanitize, if that makes any sense. So what I say when I say pre-sanitize, I spray things down and let it sit for a moment. Leave it be. It's got to be some bleach involved because bleach is what I learned when I went to child care classes or school or whatever you want to call it. Is that bleach is the number one um, cleaner and also is safe around kids. Not saying you want kids to go around drinking bleach. No, Disclaimer, no, 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 no. But it's less toxic, you know. Um, Anything that you overly do can be harmful. So I say that. So as I was saying, I clean, sanitize, let it sit for a moment. Sometimes it be for a while. The bleach, the pine sol, whatever I use. Today I use Oba, o, Oban, Odban, something like that. You get at the Dollar Tree, I showed it. And some palm olive dish liquid. And what that helped is get the gunk and the dirt buildup and all that stuff. And I had lipstick earlier. I just got this clean. All that stuff came off. Okay. Wash my hands after. I don't care if I have gloves on or not. My hands get washed. I have very clean fingers. And I'm gonna tell you, I ain't forgot what I was left off at. I said CNA, certified nurse assistant. And what made me end up wanting to become a certified nurse assistant, then I'm gonna talk about my hands. It's gonna all come together. Is there was a lady there, and the man's name was Ira. I'll never forget the man's name because that was what my mom's dad name, which was my grandpa. His name was Ira Bryant. Okay, and IRA. He could talk, but as time went on, you go into a comatose state. Okay, you stop eating, your appetite lessens, and you have problems with bowel movements and urine. So the hospice lady came in and she needed help. And what she needed help was when you have a person that is in the bed, bedridden, bedbound, you want to I'm gonna share this out too. You want to move them as much as possible. Oh, that's the wrong one. Let's go. Okay, sorry. You want to move them as much as possible. And I was sharing out. And so at that point in time, um, she needed some help. So she asked me, could I come and assist her? And what I did was help roll them over. So actually, you have like a sheet or something where, like, when you want to roll them over, you have it underneath them. It's like a draw sheet or whatever, and pull them over that side and then pull them back. And she had to help him clean his bowel ducts out, a stool. And so, okay, sorry about that. And so, um, I helped. And then the other lady that came in, other than the hospice nurse, was an LPN. And me and her, I ain't gonna say we was friends, but we used to talk a lot. And she shared a recipe with me because her husband used to barbecue, and he used to be in contests and stuff like that, barbecues and things. And she gave me a recipe to some cheese balls. And man, I used to make that cheese ball. My younger sister, and she was not fake. One time I made 3 or 4 plates, and I said, "Where's the other plate?" I'm looking around. She hadn't took it and claimed it. I was okay with that. So when I used to make. If I made 4, I might make 5 and give her one because she really loved my cheese ball. So LPN, He had a roundabout. He had a 24 hours care, and then he had someone to come in and did the light housekeeping. You know, you got to keep the dishes, uh, or if the dishes weren't used, light laundry, dust. You know, it's still someone's home. This man had downstairs in his basement. Only thing you seen when you went down there, it was a wash machine dryer and maybe some shelves or whatever, you know, to put the laundry soap and maybe if you fold laundry. That basement was the whole length almost, seemed like, if it wasn't, it seemed like it was, of his house. He had a, what you call those, ranch style home. And I don't know, I can't recall for real, but I think she said, you ought to see what's in the basement. Are you serious? I'm like, only thing I see down there, I'm talking about myself. Only thing I see down there is wash machine dryer. It lit up on the side that I was at. I said, okay, now you follow me, don't you? Mm. Are you gonna get me down there and lock me out or whatever? So I wait till I was there by myself, not rambling or anything like that. And I really wanted to see what she was talking about because I didn't feel comfortable. If somebody tell me go downstairs in the basement, and the only thing you see when you go down there is just a washing machine and dryer and maybe some shells and laundry soap and bleach and dryer sheets. What would you do? Comment down below. Subscribe, hit the notification, honey. Share out. Tell me what you would do. So I know what I would do. I didn't do it. So I went down there and this man's basement was so stocked. Can I say that again? Was so stocked as if the world was coming to an end. He had the basement was huge. He had it to where when I went down, that side was dark, and you probably still would be leery, right? Basements, but the side I was on was lit up and stuff. Still leery, but I went down there. I didn't think to flick other lights and stuff like that. I did what I did. I ain't going through nobody's house roaming and seeking and looking for different things. So okay, honey, I went down there. He had what you call those camp lights, lanterns. If I say 10, probably more than that. Okay, brand new. He had sleeping bags. He had a what you call that propane gas. He had boxes of MREs. I know about that. That's for the military, right? For anybody right now. Okay, if you ain't got none, you better get some. Cause I'm gonna get some. You get it on Amazon. It's meals ready to eat. That's what the military guys eat, and that's what people eat camping and boys club, boy scouts, girls, or whatever. And that stuff. The only thing you got to do for real, is make a campfire, have a pot, a pan, or whatever, warm it up, and it's ready to eat. That's why it's called meals ready to eat. MREs. And I've eaten some. My kid's father was in the army, okay? And the brownies is good. That potted meat or whatever you call it was good. I can't remember everything else, but peanut butter and crackers was good. And honey, anything's good if you ain't got nothing, and that's all you got to eat, right? So he had boxes galore of that. He had, did I say blankets? Okay, he had blankets. He had what you call those like stretchers, beds. If I ain't saying the right, you know what I'm saying. Those ones that you can uh, uh, lay down camping, or if you have a sleepover, somebody can lay on it, or if they have to take you from the battlefields onto the helicopter, those type of things. I don't know why this keep doing that. Sorry about that. If it's in and out, it's retrieving. I don't know. People hate me. So I was like, whoa. And I know I'm leaving out other stuff, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. So um, I was at his home, I want to say 3 months, and it was around Christmas. Either the day after or the day before, I got a phone call. It was about three something in the evening because I had gotten off from work, probably four, something like that, 3 to 4 ish. And the nurse, the LPN that was there, she called me and said, "You ain't gonna believe what happened." And I kind of knew, but I didn't. He had passed away. I took interest in wanting to be a certified nurse's assistant because, again, I love taking care of people, elder, children, disabled. I done did all. I can tell people a list of something, they can look it up. Okay, I'm a jack of all trades for real. I worked when I was a teenager. Me and my older sister, we 10 months apart. We used to work at a church daycare, and we would work from like 8 to 3, summer jobs. Anybody know about CETA? Remember those back then? And I think back then we was getting paid like $2 and something an hour. And then we worked at a place called KNI, Kansas Neurological Institution. Okay, I'm the Kansas girl. That's not where I live at now. Happy to say I'm a Kansas native. Okay, I did that at a young age, and we would get paid. I would save my money. My dad started all of us a bank account when we was young because we had a big piggy bank. It was a Snoopy dog, black and white. If my sister was get on here, she confirm everything I'm saying. I ain't got a lot to kick it though either. I'm a very honest person. I'm down to earth. Okay, just want to give people an insight of me, and so I could tell a lot of good stories too. And it ain't all sad and Debbie Downer depressing. No. Um, we opened up the bank account. He took us to a bank in Topeka, and we opened up Snoopy Bank. And each one of us, he started us a bank account with the amount of money to start it. And so I used to keep all my money in it. And when school time came around, I would buy some things that I wanted for school. It ain't that my mom and dad didn't. That's just all about being responsible, and that's where it started for me. Um, I've been watching kids ever since I was 10. Me and my sister, yes, true story, 10. And probably before then, because maybe our brothers and sisters, but I'm talking about outside the home, which was my dad's brother and my aunt, which was uncle and aunt, their children, which was younger than us. Me and my older sister did. And so I done watched my cousin's sons, two of them, um, my brother, my youngest sister, I done raised them. And when I say raised, they done lived with me, not stay. And if my other sister if I have three sisters, she was to get the one under me. I have two under me, but not the one right under me, she was right down below. Everything I'm saying is true. And she don't even know what I'm saying. She can recap and agree. She's not on here now, but I shared it out. And so when she was, okay, I was 18. What about now? I'm 57. So if I was 18, she was 15, 14, 15 years old when she came to stay with me. Not here I go, not stay, live with me and my children's father. I met my kid's father when I was 18, and we got married when I was 19, and she lived with us. And I had one child at the time, my son. He's the oldest. I have three daughters, four kids, five grandchildren. All my kids is grown in their 30s. My baby's 30. She'll be 31 this year. My son's 37. He'll be 38 this year. I'm 57. I'll be 58 on my birthday. We 20 years apart, being my son. So, and I have five grandchildren, three granddaughters, and two grandsons. I have two that's 11 now. One's about to turn 11, and then the one that's living with me, she's 10 and she'll be 11. So they all be 11. So there'll be four of them 11, and then the youngest one is 8. She'll be 9 her next birthday. And so, whew, mm, 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 I took care of her, my sister, mhm, along with my baby. And he had to have been not even a year, or maybe a year, maybe a year. I think he was a year going on two, because he was spoiled as hell, and she spoiled him too. Okay, he was spoiled in a good way though, because I know I spoiled my son. His dad, he was that old school flair and military man and discipline. And that when I was young, my son, I hate to say it. Oh, goodness, I hate to say that. He was my baby. Okay. And when I found I was pregnant, I was by myself because his dad was in the army. It wasn't because he didn't want to be there. I wasn't even married. Didn't want to get married just because I had a baby. That was my choice. He asked me, and I said no. True story. I didn't want to say yes to get married just because I had a baby. And as time went on, because I came up with the idea of saying yes, of course, not no pressure. I said, why not? And so my son was a month and 5 days, I want to say, when me and his dad got married. But he had been asked me prior, before I even had my son. And I was like, no. He was in the army. And you talking about somebody suffering from baby blues, newlywed, missing your husband. Oh, I went through it. But I had support. And it was military wives. I was the baby of them all because I was the youngest, and they was in their 30s. Okay, my kid's father was older than I was. I was 19, going on 20, and they had a birthday party for me, a surprise one. And the lady would come and get me, take me up on post military post housing, and I would stay with her like 3 to 4 days, and then go home. Because I like my me time, and plus other people do too, and to be with my child. And so I had that support, military family support. And as time went on, of course, like I said, my sister came to live with me. And as I'm going to say, this is all talking about how old I was when I started doing what I did. And it's always revolved around childcare, disability, disabled, uh, senior citizens, and kids. I worked at assisted living facility, not a nursing home. There's a difference. And I would take care of this lady. Her last name was Reed. And I would go take care of her Monday through Friday, 7 to 12. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 5 hours. After that, I would go to a lady's and her husband's home and clean for them for about 2 hours. So that's 7 hours. Okay. Depends. Maybe 8. And then on the weekend, I would work 12-hour shifts from 7 in the morning to 7 at night. Okay. And sometimes Friday to Sunday, but most of the time it was Saturdays to Sundays. And I took care of a lady and other people. These are things that's coming to me. She had cancer, and a lot of people that got moolah live in their homes and have nurses and stuff come in. And her nephew, I want to say, I think it was her nephew, he was doing it, but it became too emotional for him. And so that's when they hired me and someone else. Because, like I said, mine was 7 in the morning to 7 at night, and then someone, so it was around the clock care. And her hospital bed was in the living room. And I remember, I'm looking at my sliding door. She had a patio, and it was so beautiful because there were a number of flowers and bird feeders and stuff. Beautiful. So that was just something to look at. And of course, she was not able to get up and move around and stuff. So I would have to change her. I would have to turn her every 2 hours, because when you are just confined to your bed or bed bound, bedridden, you get pressure points, and that's what sets bed sores. Okay. So you have to turn. That's just like if I just sit down, constant sit down, don't move, my butt can get those. Okay. Anybody. Ain't got nothing to do with no size. That woman was small as all get out. Okay. She was sick. She had cancer. And when I went to her home, let me show you how fast she went downhill, down spiral. She could talk, and she was even eating a little. And then it seemed like a week passed. Yes, I make a lot of face gestures. I said, "Oh my goodness!" would go on the weekends, like I said, and I remember specifically they did not want no one else but me to be there for that lady. And I kid you not, it was on a Sunday, and I was there Saturday, and I went back Sunday, and I didn't really have much to do because the house wasn't dirty. I could find some lightweight stuff to do, like dust. There were no dishes. I had to change her, of course, if she did something, but she didn't because that towards the end, you got to keep her mouth moist, ice chips or whatever. And her, someone called. It was a woman, and she said how she was checking in on her, and she said how was she doing and everything, and I told her, and she said, "You see that book on the countertop?" And she told me what the name of it was, and I did. And it was a book that someone had made for her that had like affirmations, motivational stuff, beautiful pictures, and things like that. She said, "Read it to her." I remember I turned her to look at her garden or her patio, her flowers, bird bath, and bird feeders. And it was so beautiful. It really was. So I went to turn her on the other side because she had been looking. And I start reading to her, and she made a puff sound. At first, I thought maybe she was going to start talking. And she did it again. And I said, "Oh, no. No, you're not. Don't do this to me." That's exactly what I said. I know CPR on first aid. She was gone, just like that. Her looking at that window, I said, she looked up to God. This is my saying. And she probably said, "I'm ready to come home." And she seen that beautiful garden. "Just let me have a moment, okay?" And I'm looking at my sky right here. I have a sliding door. I'm looking at the clouds in the sky. And she probably was talking to him. And he was talking to her. And he probably said to her, "Come on home, baby. Come on home to me. Your Father, which is in heaven." And as I read that beautiful book, it had scriptures and stuff in it. And I turned it around, She was at peace. I cried. I cried. I called her family. I called the ambulance. I called my husband at the time, which he had experienced the passing of his wife that had cancer and other things. I didn't freak out though, but I cried. And he soothed me at that point in time. The family came like that. The ambulance, of course. I had to um, clean her. I had to put a diaper on her, or the pins or whatever, but it was a diaper. And she had passed. Again, like I said, I didn't freak out, but I cried. Because sometimes when you're in a state of thinking you're going to panic, I didn't panic. I didn't freak out. And that's what they teach you in first aid and CPR. What would you do? Would you freak out? What if you had to save your own child's life? What would you do? And so I took the test. I passed the CPR test and first aid test and the CNA test. And so it takes a while for them to take the body out the house because they have the ambulance to come, then they have to call the coroner, and they have to, they might have other people they have to schedule and all this stuff, and it was a while, and I remember this vividly. That family kept telling me, "Thank you for being here for her, being here for us." I'm so serious. I was there, and they asked for me. I'm so serious. Like, whoa. I'm pretty sure she had someone else before me. And then the one I took care in an assisted living facility, she she didn't have cancer. She was just older, and um, she was 93, and she wasn't driving no more. She had to retire. She never been married. She never had a child, never. And the oldest living relative of hers was in the town, not too far, but they was older and sick too. And so she lived in a beautiful home. She retired from Sears, and I took care of her inside the assisted living facility because you could assign um, people other than the nurses and doctors to specifically watch your loved ones. People don't know that. You can. And this woman had money. So I'm just saying, money talks, right? Even though it don't, but it do. Show somebody some money. You get the answers you need. Okay? And so her last name was Miss Reed, and I remember one time I didn't come to work, and when I got there, she said, "Where was you at?" She said, "You didn't come." And stuff. She said, "Don't do this no more." And she was so sweet. That woman, for breakfast, I would take her to the dining facility, and it was right next to her room. She still walked. She had a walker, but she still could walk. And she'd sit there every morning. She wanted black coffee, toast, and she'd take her cup, a styrofoam cup, or a plastic cup, but preferably a styrofoam white cup, napkin with a rubber band around it. And she'd sit there and she'd cut her toast into half and then four sometimes, but most of the time it was half. And she'll put that peanut butter on, and she'll sip a couple of pieces. I was gonna say a piece. Sip some of her coffee, and then she'll say, "I want some more." She wanted it warm so she could take her pills and stuff. And so one day, I would have to take her walking because she could walk still. I would take her to the chaplain because she was Catholic and church, and I was sitting there with her in the same place, nice, beautiful place. Take her outside, let her sit in some sun sometimes, but not long, just, get some vitamin C or D. What is it? vitamin C, D, one of them. And so I don't know what happened to her. And my mom used to always ask me, because I used to tell my mom about her. She said, "You think that she's living still?" I said, "I don't know, mama." And I knew where she lived at, and I knew I could have called. I just didn't want to go through that process of knowing because I was so close to her. And so that was that. And so on, so forth, move forward. I was a foster mom. I had the child in my care. She was almost 3. So 4 months for turning 3. And I got her when she was 17 days old. That's a sad story in itself. Okay. And she was promised to be mine because she never been in no one's home. She been into a orphanage, and a lot of times they send kids to orphanage until they can find them a replacement family members or whatever. But just because you got a family member, you still got to get investigated, and they got to see if you suitable to watch the child, be with the child, have the child in your care. And so how I ended up being a foster mom was my niece knew her mom, dad, and my mom did too. My other sisters, 2 of my sisters, one of my niece and my mom knew her mom and dad. And she was in the hospital. She had her child, which was a girl, and her other kids was already in foster system. So the baby never went home with her because they got taken from her living in a shelter, I think, because she abandoned them there or something. And so she was pregnant, as I said. She never got her baby. Never. And the thing of it was so sad because she would work, get herself halfway together to where she could have gotten her children back. She even got a place. But it was something about that man that had a hold on her. She was afraid of him. And every time he come around, which in fact he wasn't supposed to be around her, and he told me I was a baby stiller or whatever. And then like things like when she had supervised visits. Why am I talking visits? Do I need something to drink? Supervised visits. I know I talk, but I won't clean it up. Sometimes I think I get tongue tied because I get excited. Almost like saying 2 words in one. I'm making up a word. And so one time she was almost going to get her kids back. She had a car, she had a job, she had an apartment, and she had supervised visits in her apartment. And he would be around the vicinity. I had to report that. And he wasn't supposed to be nowhere because he was a threat to his kids and her. And she kept doing it. They'll be there. He will be outside or whatever. As soon as she leave, he was there. So she never got her kids. And they was adopted out. And so was my baby. And I said, she's my baby. She is, wait a minute now. Okay, so this 10, 18, y'all. Hold on. I think she's 18 though. Ooh, time goes by. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, she's 18. Just turned 18. May the 4th, a day after my granddaughter's birthday. And so I had her, and then I'm still registered through the state of Missouri in which I live in. I'm just giving y'all a recap on this woman right here. I'm that girl. Entrepreneur, and I feel like I should be further in my life and have more than what I have. But I say this: married twice, I had beautiful things. Well, both my husbands, yes. I done been to Germany. I done traveled. Okay, and so even though I still like nice things, I'm not materialistic, but still, who don't want a nice home, right? Comfortable living. And then just recently, like things happen, and it changed my life because I don't have a car. Okay, I stress that, not just on here, to my kids and stuff like that. And I need one, and I'm doing all I can, far as making candles, and the candles is to sell to purchase a car because the savings is going towards. That's what it's for. I sell jewelry, just to name a few things, and I'm a content creator. And I don't even want to talk about that because that's money too, but it's on hold for whatever reason. I'm not gonna put that, no, and it's depressing because I could be further into my saving. You follow what I'm saying? So that's been held back since March for no reason at all. They got a reason, but it's not a reason. I'm doing everything you ask. Why you ain't doing your part? So that's discouraging because I don't want to say depressed. It kind of make you depressed. It makes me sad because now I have to almost like multitask on different ways of what am I going to do next. Like I need a car. I bought myself a gift. It's coming next Friday. I need to get this out of here. I gotta have my house a certain way because they're about to spray tomorrow. Y'all, I'm honest. I stay in an apartment, so hell, they gotta spray. Got to know, not because of me. It's one, two, three, four apartment complex, but it's ooh, wait a minute, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I want to say seven or eight. It's 3 levels, so that's how it is. And so my house got to be a certain way. My granddaughter asked me, she said, "Grandma, uh, do you got to clean up?" I said, "Yes, baby." I'm about to walking in here, and then they say, "Oh, this is how you get bug." Oh no, honey, you're gonna have a clean path to walk through. You're gonna smell some goodness, okay? And it's not what you got; it's how you live with what you have. Boy, am I spitting bars today? Mm, I'm about to say this. It's not what you have; it's what you work with what you got. Okay, I figured out if I didn't say it right, but it's I said it's not what you got. It's not what actually it should be the other way. It's not what you got. It's that you work with what you have. Right? That's how it is. I figured it out. I got it written down. I love positive stuff, and I have another YouTube channel which is Moments Vegan Lifestyle. You can subscribe to that too. And I know what I want to put on my platforms. Any ideas? If you want to comment, say, "Girl, I want to see more of this." Men's too. Okay, because this is my thing. I don't just talk down on no man. I'm not talking about men. I could talk about life issues and I could talk about females, but it's not that because I'm not trying to be a messy Bessie. Mm-mm. I'm trying to really um, seek advice a little bit about. I'm 57. Okay, my baby's 30. I'm a grandmother of 5, and I'm raising them. And I'm not speaking like it's a bad thing. It's kind of sad, but I'm not making it sad. I asked my granddaughter, I said, every day, especially at nighttime, I said, how you feeling? Or in the morning, I said, good morning, how you doing? And then, I fix her breakfast. If I'm cooking it, if it's cereal, she can fix it herself, Pop Tart, fruits, whatever. But hot breakfast, I fixed her sausage patties, waffles, and eggs and cheese, or eggs with cheese. And then she has some apple juice. If she wants cereal, she can fix that herself. Also, I'm teaching her when she finish eating, scrape her plate out, and put it in the dishwasher. Don't put it in the sink, on the counter, on the table, none of that. We have to rinse our dishes off. And I sell candles. And what I'm about to do once I get off here, I'm gonna go in my bathroom, put my floor mats down, my bathroom mats, floor mats. Um, so that's clean. I cleaned my sliding glass the other day. I'm gonna buy 2 more of the Dollar Tree mops. Not the handles, but I didn't put this on Do Not Disturb. That's my other phone, and I would do it just now. Cause I don't be wanting to be disturbed when I'm doing my uh, situations. Okay, so now I did it, and so 2 phones, multitask. Actually, 3: tablet and laptop. One would say, "What do you do?" I just named it, and so um, that's just what it is. A 57-year-old or young woman taking care of grandchildren. And I don't say it to be sad. I say it because I don't feel like I have a life. And I don't ask no one for nothing. Because if you know what you need to do, you shouldn't have to ask. And sometimes, one would probably say, you're not obligated to your children anymore like that. You support them. I support my kids. And you're not really obligated to your grandchildren. But there's a sense of obligation to them because they're young and they don't, can't really uh, work and provide for themselves. You know what I'm saying? So I do the best I can. My kid's father, I'm a single parent. My kid's father's in heaven. Okay. And I know if he was living, I wouldn't go through this by myself. I know he would help support me. I know it. I ain't, without a doubt, without even blinking. And right now, he looking down. I be like this sometimes. He been, he's been gone 5 years. Valentine, I mean, not Valentine's Day, Lord have mercy. On Father's Day, excuse me. And 2020, 2017. Ooh, 6 years. Oh my goodness. Mhm. Yep. So I said, I never would have thought I would be a single mom. Regardless if your kids are grown or not, you're still a mother. For those that want to say they are, because anymore, what is a mother? When a child's taking care of themselves, and I ain't talking, disclaimer, just saying, if a child's taking care of themselves and they have parents, but they're raising themselves, did I say that? So at nighttime, when I lay down in the bed, I pray a lot, but everything like, kind of like resonate in you and your thoughts and your mind and stuff, and you be like looking at the big picture, and then you say to yourself, what the hell did just happen? Because I'm saying, like, I was doing this and I was doing that. And I was, like I said, I done worked on myself and on my weight loss journey, loving myself, self care, affirmations, pray, go to church, no, but I believe and I read and I listen to church on TV or whatever. I'm living my life a good way. I'm not perfect, but I tell you this. Anybody that knows me, they can't really say nothing bad about me. And if they do, it's just because they lying. Straight up facts. They're lying. You see my face? Lying. hmm So say whatever you want. I know how sometimes you get on these platforms and social media things. I'm sharing a little bit of light on the subject about what I'm going through right now, but that does not mean you got to put your full flesh business out there. But you know what? I really could because you want to pull up something messy on me? Go look for it. I'll give you my birth name and everything, and I will do that. Ain't no shame in my game. But I must not be that damn bad if I'm still registered in the state that I live in, has several back ground screenings and FBI screenings and fingerprint because of child care provider. And I've been registered and have the same number since 1999, November. I say November. I'm almost certain. If it wasn't November, it's October. But 1999. And I ended up doing that because I was doing childcare for this girl my sister knew. She had a daughter and twins, a girl and a boy, fraternal. And I did it for her. And then I proceeded as I was doing that. I ended up watching my niece. And then I ended up watching my two nephews. And then from after that, because they started going to school, I started watching other children um, through the summer, uh, uh, long terms. Some stayed the night and all that. Okay, never had my credentials stripped from me. Never. Also, was a foster mom. The child's 18 now, but I got her when she was 17 days old and had her. She was almost 4 months, turning 3 years old. Went to court. They came in my house, did the background. Like I said, they didn't find nothing anyhow because, like I said, I'm registered through the state which I live in, but they still got to do the protocol. Walked through my house, seen I had a clean house, a background check on me and my husband at the time. And you see how I stressed that at the time. And he worked. He didn't have no bad background. Anybody that lived in my house at the time was 18, they had to have one too. Okay. But it was just me and him. Came back from my daughter's graduation. It was on a Sunday. That Monday went to court, and the judge issued her to be placed in my home. And the only thing I got for that baby when she came to me was two diaper bags full. One that had like Pampers and formula, maybe two bottles, a few, very few, um, like a pajama outfit, diaper bags. That's nothing. Everything that baby got, and people can believe me if they don't want to. I got plenty of witnesses and proof to prove this. I didn't do it for the state money. I didn't do it getting paid from the state. Only thing I got from that child one time is because this lady, her husband, was a football player and she was a social worker. Okay, professional football player, and she was a social worker. She um, gave me a clothing voucher, and I took her to J.C. Penney's. Was it J.C. Penney's or Target's? One of the two. Okay, they was on the same strip mall. J.C. Penney, Target's down here on the same. You walk on, didn't even need to drive unless you wanted to be lazy, but you could get exercise. And so I went in there and I spent $150 for this child down to the T, and I gave the woman the receipt. Okay, showed it to her, and everything on there was for the baby. Nothing for me, nothing for my house, nothing for the man, for the baby. One time, and the guy social worker, he came and he gave me a used baby bed, but I ended up buying a brand new one because I didn't have one, and he ended up bringing it because he knew I had the baby. Because they do supervised visits still. She wasn't mine, but she was placed in my care, and they still have to come and, um, check however periodically. Because they said back in the days there were so many kids lost in the shuffle, and so I would still have to take her to supervised visits at the. It started off at the state office or welfare, and then eventually they would take supervise, not me, the social worker or the caseworker. Um, the mom would meet up at the restaurant and they go there, outings and stuff. But she had a supervised visit. Whew, the her mother was so lost, and she was a good person, but she was scared of the child's father and things, and so she could have gotten her children back, and she was working towards it. She was doing everything she was supposed to. Excuse me. She had a job. She ended up getting a place and was having supervised visits in her place to where they was going to start, like letting the kids sleep over one day or something like that to move gradually. She messed it up. She never got them, and it was proof that she was breaking the law. Like, okay, the father of the kids wasn't supposed to be around the kids at all, let alone her. And he would be around the vicinities, in and out the building or whatever. He wasn't even supposed to be on the property, okay, at all. The lady that would come, the social worker or the caseworker, she would see him, and so would I, okay? Yes, both of us. And she'd come to the car. She says, "Is that him?" She knew it was. I said, I ain't gonna lie. Because he was a not so good person at all. And so that's the reason why he wasn't supposed to be around the kids. Okay. He didn't do nothing towards the kids like in a way of messing with them. I said like that. I'm trying to be clean. But he wasn't a good person. She was close to getting her kids back. Close. And we would go to the court because, like I said, they started having caseworkers and social workers and going to court, juvenile court, because a lot of kids back in the days, a long time ago, was getting lost in the system. And this is the way of them keeping up. I would have to take her and stay there at the courthouse, and we would be like in the conference room. It'd be me, her grandmother, great grandmother, her mother, her, and whoever else, like caseworkers or whatever. And the grandmothers now always told me, and the mom, and she did too, the mother of the child, they loved how I was, and I wasn't just doing it because um, I was taking them to, see people at the courthouse or whatever. They loved how I had her so clean, how I dressed her, and they would tell me they appreciate me. The grandmother told me all the time. And one would probably say, "Well, why she didn't get it? Because she was taking care of her older mom and husband, and she was older herself. That's why." And she told me that. She said she wished she could have. She had her mom, her husband. She was an elder woman herself, and at the time there was 4 kids. Now I heard that she ended up having 3 more afterwards, and she don't have those either. So something happened. 3 of them was no, excuse me. 2 of them was placed and adopted out. One ended up getting adopted from the foster parents that had them because they never had a child, and 3 got placed together. Let me say it like that, because at first it was 2 into something. I don't want to talk about why I don't have the baby, because if y'all hear it, you probably I'm not trying to get sad, but so that speaks volume of me. And my baby at the time, my youngest daughter was 12, I want to say. So imagine me having a newborn baby. She was just 17 days old in my care and getting up having the bottle feed and the changing and time schedules and stuff. Oh my goodness. Well, I remember my husband at the time, he used to camcord everything, right? He camcord me sitting in the living room feeding her. Excuse me? Wait till I get off the phone, Naraya. I think, come here. This is my granddaughter, y'all. I'm very transparent. She's not hungry, for real. It's boredom. But what she's about to do is take a bath when I get finished. You know why? Because I fixed her a big breakfast. And I'm one for doing this. I'm going to fix dinner. Because if you.
Not lunch. It's still lunch.
No, it's not lunch. Because look at the time. It's almost 3 o'clock. So it's
That's wrong.
No, that's not.
You
Little
said
girl.
You said that.
It's 2:43. Excuse me. Yeah, that's right. But anyhow, I'm on the talking, and so just hold your horses, because you know what? Actually, you get your clothes together. Make sure you get your deodorant, y'all. This is life, okay? Make sure you have your deodorant and everything that you need, so when it's time, you can take it in the bathroom. Because I'm a cook. It ain't that she can't eat, but I know she's not. Um, get the She might be. I don't know, but I think so. Um, get the potato chips, big girl, because I don't want to tell her she can't eat. But you gotta also have a me. That's why I said my daddy told me. He said my life has changed drastically, because now I have to do different things. When I buy groceries, I'm buying more groceries for her than I am myself, because I don't eat all that stuff no more. I don't. And I don't eat meat. I don't eat eggs. I don't drink milk or sugar. I don't at all. And I said this. I'm not going to change the way I eat to accommodate someone else's. Not saying she can't. Oh, honey, stuff is in there for her. Let me tell you, pizzas and Pop Tarts and eggs. I gotta buy some more cereal, milk, and popsicles, and you name it. all that stuff. She can have all that. I'm not saying that, but I'm about to cook something because, like my oldest daughter said, sometimes if they hungry, just go on and fix a meal because uh they want to just snack, 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 and it's okay to have a snack. Big girl, did you get those potato chips? Oh, never mind. You can't get them because they're too high up. Grandma going to get off here. Give me 5 minutes, and then I can run your water. And she likes for me to run her bath water. I don't have no problem with it. And so make sure you just get everything you need, baby. Um, so that's pretty much. I probably forgot what I was saying, but you can catch it. I will be back on here another time. I started off with a clinging blog and introduce myself, try to build my platform, subscribers, a little bit about my life. Sometimes a picture is 1,000 words. Sometimes when you see on the outside, ain't how you feel. I feel a lot of different ways, and sometimes you got to keep your head up. Okay, baby. That okay? Wasn't that high up then? Oh, I forget she's tall. Okay, just like me. Um, Sometimes you just got to keep your head up, and it ain't that I'm faking. Cause let me tell you, you might see me crying on here. I don't care. I can share my emotions, and I don't have no problem with it. Fingernail, y'all. I talk because also I know how it feels to not have nothing to talk to or no one to talk to. And mind you, I say that I have my children, but the reason why I say that sometimes is because they're going through stuff. I'm going through it with them, and who do I have? So that's why I say that. But to end this live on Thursday, do you, be you, for you, and love you. Saying it is, I know it's words, but that's what we got to do. Do the best we can. I would rather try than not try. I would rather try than say I can't do it. I'm not a failure. I fail and I fail for myself, but I'm not a failure. I pick up and I bounce back quick. So on this note, I'm gonna get up, um, go put my mats down or up, and then cook. What am I going to cook? I really just don't know yet. Um, but it'd be ready for when she my granddaughter eat, and then not only that, I'm gonna fix me something that I eat because I don't eat what she eat. I don't. And so I want to try. I know they have a vegan restaurant here, and I want to eat some different types of vegan food. I was thinking about me and her going to a restaurant, vegan restaurant, because she like vegan food. She eat it here. Hmm. And they ain't no forceful thing. Like, say, for instance, they look like chicken nuggets or chicken strips. And she saw it the first time, I think it was the day she got here, and she said, that says vegan. I wasn't hiding it. So I fixed it for her, and she loved it. I'm so serious. And then my daughter and her husband, my grandchildren, I get vegan strips, plant based, um, chickenless patties at Aldi's. Aldi's. I'm sponsoring you. You can sponsor me. I done put it out there, y'all. Anywho, they chickenless patties at Aldi's taste amazing. They are vegan. And you would either see plant-based, vegan. Some says vegetarian, but there's a difference. Certain things that you're not supposed to have being a vegan Some people, what is it, planetarium or whatever? A pescatarian? No, just, but anyhow, so fruitarians. um, so I just eat a certain way, and I'm doing it for me. I had high blood pressure, and I was on two blood pressure pills, lisinopril and another one I can't think right offhand. And when I stopped, what the heck? What the heck? Well, I don't know what happened. I heard a beep. Might be time for me to get off here. I ain't got no timer. But anyhow, I was on almost three blood pressure pills. Obese, big, okay, tired of being fat. I say this is my story, and that's the word I use for me. And I was hard on myself, not like downing me. I was hard on staying focused and doing things to make the diabetes go away or whatever, or to be healthier. And this was in 2020. This is 2023. Last time I took a blood pressure pill, probably was last year. I just took myself off. And the reason why I didn't need it anymore, why I'm going to keep taking a blood pressure pill, my blood pressure is fine. It was fine for, it's going on 3 years now, okay? I'm not going to take that. I was getting injections in my knees because I had an injury and it had nothing to do with my weight. And I was small as hell when that happened. And over the years, sometimes when you think, and you can sue the place or whatever, and you get a certain amount of money, and the money that you get ain't worth what you're gonna experience throughout your life. So anywho, I had an injury and end up having weight on me. That didn't make it no better. That's like adding salt to an injury, right? And so I was getting injections. I started off getting cortisone, and then I was getting something else. I can't think of what it is, but actually, it's like it was building my cartilage back. And yes, your cartilage can grow back. Okay. So I no longer do that because the office that I was going to, what was it last year? Was it last year? September, August last year? They closed. So me going plant based, I started juicing. Okay. When I started juicing orange, lemon, turmeric, and ginger. I haven't done it in a while, but see, I'm not making nothing a habit. I was taking the leaves. I was taking Tylenols. I was taking what's the other one? There's another one for like inflammation or whatever. I don't do that. And if I take a leave, it have to really be something wrong with me, and that's rare. I don't do that. I started making that orange, lemon, turmeric, ginger, fresh ginger, and sometimes it's just orange, fresh turmeric, not fresh turmeric, fresh ginger. I'm talking about the one that you get raw, and the turmeric, and I put it in my juicer because I said, you know what, I want to invest in. You know, it's investing in your business, investing in your health. And so I bought that and I put the ginger in, the turmeric first, then the oranges, lemons, or whatever I decide to put up in that bad boy, right? And then I drink it straight down. And I'm going to tell you something. Tastes amazing. It's giving me an idea to do it today because I haven't done it in a while. And it might be just that I want to eat juice. And so um, I put a little black pepper in it because it activates the ginger and the turmeric. Tastes amazing. I mean, amazing. Good. And so that's what I do. That's what I'm doing. And that's why I say life happens. I could be this person, and I have been, that was sad, depressed, cried all the time. And when I say I work on me, for me, I do. Because I don't constantly keep making the same mistakes. I'm not constantly keep that this might be contradicting though. Letting people come into my lives. But recently, I can't say that's not the case. So I say life happens. Mona's unique. Experience life. It's life. Life happens. So on that note, I hope everyone have a terrific Thursday, thankful Thursday, and be blessed. Okay? I ain't talking about fake it till we make it type of blessed. I'm just talking about be blessed. I don't want to fake nothing. I want to be down to earth and real. And I don't have no problem if somebody asks me a decent question about myself within reason. Nothing bullying, hating, and being aggressive and mean. Just ask in a decent fashion. Why are you on this channel? You go to the beginning of yesterday one, this one. That's why I'm doing this. I didn't even know I can come live on here until yesterday. And I have another channel too. That's Mona's Vegan Lifestyle. That's that channel. And this one is Mona's Unique Experience Life. It was Mona's Unique Experience, but I put life on there because life happens, okay? So anyhow, I hope everyone have a terrific day. I do mean that.